Hello, my name is Matthew here at Crescent Mail. We're doing a self-graded card review of a 2024-2025 Obsidian Virtuous Insert Luka card, and it is already up on our eBay page. It's currently marked, I think, for 120. Other cards going between 100 and 120. We're basically going back and looking at some of our 55-point cards, which are Obsidians usually, and we had a case of, or not a case, but 10 different Zion slabs, not paid endorsement, just saying I really like their product. But you can kind of see here there's 55 points, and we bought these for a few cards that just gone up recently. And then I started realizing, like I could just hold on to these. I could grade what we currently have in stock. And I like the idea of grading some of the more expensive cards that we have in the current catalog. So I thought to myself, like, well, if you're going to spend a good amount of money on a card, you want to be able to see it at all different angles. And eBay has an option where you can upload about a minute long video. And I think the highest resolution is 1080. But I just prefer a little bit longer. I've tried to get some reviews done in 3 minutes, and I can occasionally throw some up there in our shorts under 3 minutes, but I'm speeding through. I'm not really giving the proper assessment. That usually takes about 10 minutes on average, and I can speed through these, but I think people have kind of said, like some of the other professional graders, the time that they spend doing cards is sometimes a little bit less than they would really ideally like to see a professional grader do. And I'm not a professional grader. Quick disclaimer, these grades are not guaranteed to cross over at the professional graders. I am merely a person who's doing their best to assess the condition of the card. The grades are not guaranteed to increase or decrease the monetary value of the card. Essentially, this is just my best assessment. They're going to be sold raw, put in one of the Zion slabs, have a custom label put on it, and it's still open for subjectivity for another grader to review. What I do is I do a lot of cross-referencing to see how other cards are essentially graded, and I do AI grading with Grok. Grok is an AI tool on Twitter/X, and you can do all this stuff. I totally push that we all start doing our own self-grading. There's nothing stopping us. We already do. When eBay asks us for the condition on a raw card, we're already doing one level of self-analysis, saying it's either near mint or better, excellent. And so those are kind of broad. For me, a near mint or better could be between a 7 and a 10. And if it's even if it's a $10 card, all the way up to thousands, it still has like huge implications. If it's from a 7 to a 10, that value could be substantially different. Now, I kind of get why eBay does this general kind of, because they don't want people saying it's one thing and they can't properly assess it. Now, eBay does have some nice photos to refer to whenever you're doing your self-condition grading on eBay, but I like long form videos that we break into each angle of this and talk about it in depth. I mean, these cards, this is like Luka's one of his first times in a Laker jersey this is a Panini card. So I think it's valuable information, and I think it's great for our YouTube channel. If you're going to our eBay listings, you think to yourself, like, this is a little bit more expensive card. Let me go over to the Crescent Bell YouTube channel, see if there's something up there. If I'm really interested in buying this, I can look through this, and you can skim through to whenever I start to rotate the card. I think a lot of people probably would do that. It's like opening cards. You want to just get to the hits. So you can skip everything I'm saying at the beginning of a video, but it's essentially more context for you to understand why we're doing all of this. There we go. Let's dive into the grade after 4 minutes of conversation talk. So yeah, we'll go ahead and start with the centering to the card. And there's essentially kind of space, probably from there's a silver line underneath the Los Angeles Lakers to the edge of the card. That could be considered an anchor point, and that could be considered an anchor point. Basically, this silver line, a little bit of the color there to the left and to the right. And now I'm just basically determining, and similar to the silver line to the top, if that is consistent or if that is slightly off. And it's actually, I've looked at some other cross-referencing of this card, and it's around a 9.5 for me whenever I'm checking the centering on this card. So for the surface, the front surface of the card and the centering, I am rating a 9.5. And then as we take a look at the back, It's very similar spacing, so it's kind of a nice cut. So yeah, 9.5 for the centering on this. Try to write this in with my left hand so I don't have to put the card down, up. And I successfully wrote 9.5 in my left hand. I'm right-handed. Successfully wrote that. So the edges and the corners are up next. And I took photos, some high definition photos, the second time, getting even better with my photo taking ability of sports cards. And these are definitely ones where the amount of edges in this die cut format is really, it opens up for scrutiny with the other graders. And they're just so hard, even though I can't personally see with the current magnification that we're under. I can rarely see. I get a little bit of some imperfections right here. Oh, that's actually the kind of the, I don't know what you would call that. It's not the, it's just the card. So basically that corner right there and how that edges, but some could consider that as an imperfection. I almost want to call it a dip, but it's not really a dip. And then I might get made fun of for my terminology there, but feel free to make fun if you need to. Essentially, I can't see too many imperfections on the edges or corners of this, but as I cross-reference this with other professional graders, one could say this is a bit of an imperfection. Let's see if that is just another piece of cardboard from another card, and it is. It is not still showing. So I really would like to, and we did another die cut Obsidian card in another recent video. I would really like to say 9 or 10s for the edges and the corners, but when I cross-reference, it is so difficult to get, 10s on your edges or corners on a die cut. And when I say extremely hard, almost impossible. I've rarely ever seen die cuts get 10s on these kind of cards. That's just my cross-referencing. If you cross-reference, you may occasionally see it. I just rarely see a 10 in the edges or corners on a die cut card such as this. Whenever I was looking on the back before, I might have seen like an indentation on this card. So let's kind of take a look and see if we can find it again. And I'm not a hand model. Please don't judge my fingernails. Please do not judge my hands. So like kind of some indentation there. Not a lot, but a little bit. Because underneath the U. I don't know if anybody ever reads the backs of these. And I can't pronounce players' names as well as I should. Luka, Doncic slows the game down. So basically calling him slow to his pace and then buries his opponents like an avalanche. Interesting. Step backs, post ups, cross court, lasers, hyphen, which makes me think they used a AI agent, ChatGPT, to write this because before 2025, basically, I didn't really see too many M dashes, so I kind of feel like this was, you kind of also see as we're talking through this, the light is kind of like showing some other, I say indentation lines on the surface, so it's probably going to get marked down to a 9. There they are. That's what I wanted to see earlier. Anyways, as we're making fun of M dashes and AI writing, we can find some additional flaws on the card that are very important. The spelling, or the grammar and the writing on the back of these cards, people don't really, I don't think, pay too much attention to. He doesn't beat you with speed. Again, calling him slow. They call him slow twice on the back of this card. It's not really nice. He beats you with skill, patience, and almost a third time patience, a slow thing. And the look of someone who already knows how the play ends. Well, I almost hope that the whole team knows how the play ends. I hopefully know that if you watch enough footage, you're going to also, as the defender, know how the play ends. And if you know me well enough, you're going to know the score and how this ends. It's a 9-5. The surface I'm giving a 9 to. We had 3 9.5s and 1 9. So 9.5 overall. So you'll see this already up on the Crescent Vale page. But what we'll do is we will put it into one of these Zion slabs. And we'll put a custom label to it. And then you will see it already kind of just get updated. If you're already watching it on the Crescent Vale eBay page, you basically just see an update to it. And yeah, I've debated if putting in these Zion slabs is better for a long-term kind of way to store the card. And I think it is. I've had penny sleeves kind of like And by the way, when we do these ion slabs, they're magnetic and there is no penny sleeve in it. I personally have had some penny sleeves, like if the card's been held for years, then the penny sleeve, I don't want to say it like sticks to the card, but it kind of like almost does have like a really tight film to it. And I don't even know if I have one to show right now. I think this is going to come up pretty smooth. It does. I'm talking years, and some of the older cards. I'm trying to find one, but I don't think this will have it either. No. If you've owned enough cards, you're gonna know putting it in a penny sleeve kind of you almost have to like peel it back, and I don't know if that's damaging the surface or not. With these Zion slabs, I feel like not only are they beautiful, but I think they are doing justice to keeping the card protected. But anywho, yeah, 9519 on the surface on this. This is essentially the grade that we're giving it. Thank you for watching. Continue to watch, and we appreciate you.